That's not good. That's solid ice. Uh-oh. Well, we got it heated up. All the lines are warming up. All the coolant hoses are warming up. So the block's not full of ice, but the rad is. So at least we can get the coolant drained out of the block and we can heat the radiator up, get all the ice melt out of it, and put coolant in it. This one's still concentrate. This one's mixed 60-40, so it's already got 40% water and 60% concentrate antifreeze. We're going to throw this in because there's probably a little bit of water left in the block, so this will help compensate for a little bit of water, and we should run up with about a 50-50 mix. Obviously, we will check it with a hydrometer once we are done, because I can always add a little bit more concentrate to top it up to get our freezing point that we want. Concentrate. It's about half full, so we're going to top the other half up with basically distilled water. What we did was we melted snow, which is essentially distilled water. There's no minerals in it because it fell down out of the sky. It's pretty much the same principle. So we're going to fill this up the rest of the way with the melted snow water so that we get a basically 50-50 mix in this one, because that's about what we want for minus 30 freezing. Never throw away your old towels. Just because you don't want to use them anymore or you get new ones, use them for filtering water, because who cares? Use them till they wear out. They work great for water filters, for getting sawdust and little bits of dirt and stuff out of your water if you're melting snow water. fills up as full as we need it. We're gonna put the cap back on. We want to shake it up a little bit just to make sure the water and the antifreeze mix together. You can see antifreeze again. I think we're going to be a little bit low once we fire it up, but let's fire it up and see if we need more, or if this circulates around and we got enough in there already. I got to manually jump the glow plugs. For some reason, the solenoid quit working the last couple of days. It was working just fine, and then I noticed that the glow plugs weren't firing one day. So until I figure it out or change the solenoid, right now I'm just shorting it out or jumping the terminals just for today, I guess. We moved. We're warming up. It says minus 23, if you can read that, Celsius, or minus 10 Fahrenheit. So it's not quite as high of a freezing point, or as cold as a freezing point, however you want to look at it. I was hoping for. I was aiming for negative 30, negative 35 Celsius, or what would that be? About negative 20 Fahrenheit to negative 35 Fahrenheit. Is what I was aiming for, just based on the ratios that I was mixing. But apparently maybe my concentrate had a little bit of water in it, or there was a little bit more water in the block than what I had anticipated, because I flushed out the old antifreeze with water. So maybe there's a little bit more left behind than I thought. There's no block drains on this thing that I can find, so I was not able to fully drain it. But the water pump is basically essentially a block drain. It's at the very bottom of the block, so it pretty much gets all the water out anyway. But either way, it's still good. Like, it's minus 23 Celsius. So for right now, anyway, it's not been getting super cold. Like, the coldest we've got is been negative 16 at night that I have noticed. And sometimes it stays around the minus 10 during the day. That's all Celsius. So it's definitely not going to freeze. The old stuff must have had too much water in it, because I had to put a bit of water in the summer because it was low on antifreeze and I didn't have any. So it obviously had too much water. It froze at minus 10. This is definitely not going to freeze. Next time I go to town, I will pick up another jug and top it off with just straight concentrate, which I can kind of just guess because I didn't mix enough antifreeze of what we need to get down to the negative 30, negative 35. I'll put some in, run the tractor for a while, check it again, and make sure we get to that negative 30, negative 35 Celsius. And then we know we'll be good and it won't freeze ever again. At least not this winter, and probably not for the next 10 years again. Because that old antifreeze had been in this thing for probably 10 years, I think. I honestly don't even know how long it's actually been in this thing. I don't remember putting antifreeze in, let's put it that way. I think I put it in when I got the thing 10 or 12 years ago. Either way, it's well past its due. I've been meaning to flush it anyway, and when I checked the antifreeze level this morning and there was ice in the rad, that was the prime opportunity to change it. So we are flush now. We got all the old junk out. We got brand new, good antifreeze in this thing. And I will add a little more concentrate when I get a jug from town next time I'm there. How many of you actually remember that little wood stove we used to have in the trailer? We still kept it even though we replaced it with something bigger. Normally we use the block heater, just run off the generator for 20 minutes, half an hour, and it warms up. For some reason today, the block heater didn't want to do anything. It's not actually heating the engine up. So instead of lighting a fire actually under it like I've done before, I wanted to try the wood stove, just a little bit more easier and just a little bit more contained, a little bit less mess to clean up. Just a bit of a trial. Let's see if it actually works. If it gets hot enough, that's the biggest thing, is whether we can get enough heat into the engine. I may have to throw something around the sides here just to kind of block the heat, but let's see what happens.